What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing on this Wednesday, September 21st, 2022? Late episode here on the review. Thank you for joining me once again for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction, bringing you the best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on the only metal channel you guys are going to need. If you missed anything in the past week, click the I bring down the menu. All the videos are there. Get caught up. Underground, intolerant, and elitist. If you don't like that, find somebody else. I'm brutally honest, and I don't cater. So remember to subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything. This is one of the hardest working channels in the niche of metal. Welcome to Album Review Tuesdays here on the channel. Tonight we're going deep into the underground like always, once again into Australia for a very obscure one-man project with Entsetzlich and Kryptus, the split tape as Blood and Innards exit their tombs. I'm going to show you guys the cassette cosmetics. You have a awesome DIY cassette here from Wolsfvuur. This is about as underground as you can possibly get. I'm going to show you guys the awesome DIY Xerox tape art. I mean, this is just so primitive. Very, very primitive, man. Awesome stuff. So for the Entsetzlich side, you have Rotting Above Primitive Beings and The Last Breath of a Corpse. For the Kryptus side, you have Realm of True Black Evil, Doom Knight Warrior, and Death March to Armageddon. Now for Entsetzlich, you have Azathoth, Desolate Murmurs from the Depths, Skull Moon, Black Noise, and Sonic Terrors. Now the cool thing about this is that this is a project that features the same dude. Troy Monroe, aka Azathoth, is the guy behind Entsetzlich, and Skull Moon, same dude, is the dude behind Kryptus, which I think is really, really awesome. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, why did he decide to make separate music for these two projects? Well, fundamentally, they're quite different, but similar in terms of aesthetic and ideology. And I would imagine that these are different levels of his expression at different times for his artistic vision, okay? That being said, it's not uncommon for one-man woman or one-man projects to have many different musical outlets under different names, especially in black metal and black ambient noise. It's very, very common. Also, one thing I'm going to say is that if you're not already a fan of this minimalistic, dark, ambient / primitive black metal, then it's not really going to be for you. If you're not a seasoned black metal freak, then stay far, far away from this, because you're not going to like it. If you listen to fucking Behemoth, this isn't going to make much sense to you. Go underground if you want to find the real shit. Okay, it's that simple. All right, let's get into the review. Now, opening up this 20-minute tape is Rotting Above Primitive Beings by Entsetzlich, and this is some true abysmal-sounding, minimalistic dark ambient. It emanates from the deepest recesses of tangibility and murmurs far beneath the subconscious. Now, the bleak, isolated, and claustrophobic soundscapes of this track really set in almost immediately and cripples your senses in the hopes of rendering you lifeless and gasping for air deep beneath the icy-chilled winds of desolation and cold, forgotten emptiness. This epitomizes the fragmentation of time and space, which simply obliterates, ceases to exist, and leaves you fucking completely bewildered, okay? Now, of course, as I stated, if you're not already into stuff like this, you're going to write it off because you're not going to think there's enough to it. It's not going to be something for everybody. Thank God for that. Great opener, great stuff. Next up, we have The Last Breath of a Corpse by Entsetzlich once again, and this is the last contribution from the Entsetzlich side of things, and it follows suit with the previous track, and the murmuring darkness continues onward, fully preparing you for death and the inevitability of mortality, as it breaks open the vastness of nothingness and hopelessness, abandonment, deep within the ethereal void of eternal blackness and isolationism that emanates on this track very, very well. Swelling voids of ambience draw in and exhale from the speakers as it molds into something from the realm of apparitional voids filled with tortured souls and negativity. It will consume you to the very end of the track. This is some great dark ambience from Entsetzlich. Next up, we have Realm of True Black Evil from Kryptus, and if you wanted primitive black metal stripped back to its most abstract form of deep, black, cavernous intolerance, this is it. The guitar work is primitive and raw and extremely thin and cold. The drum work is improvised, simplistic, and completely minimal. The vocals are shrill howls of demonic cold shrieking of a tortured soul that knows absolutely no life beyond suffering. It barricades itself within the walls of your psyche and will either make you love it or hate it. Simple as that. This is an all bets are off kind of thing, of course. And I mean, that's the expression of primal black metal, and I don't know many who are really going to enjoy this, but I highly doubt enjoyment was one of the goals of the music. This is about as anti-art as you can possibly get, and this is approaching stuff like Emit and Stalag in a lot of ways. Of course, a lot of that Les Leaders noir influence can definitely be found within Kryptus and Entsetzlich as well. And in a lot of ways, there is still something discernible here, but not very much for normal metal fans whatsoever. All right, let's listen to Realm of True Black Evil here on Music of Destruction. Enjoy. And we are back. Yeah, this is some killer stuff, guys. Next up, we have Doom Knight Warrior from Kryptus. And this is some very minimalistic dark ambient with the same keyboard notes played continuously for its entire 5-minute duration, but it creates a void, a very cold, swirling apparitional atmosphere that is atonal in nature, but compelling enough to transcend you into the music itself, of course. It is one of the best tracks on this 20-minute weapon of intolerance and anti-music. The repetition only strengthens the experience rather than weakens it. And for what it is, it works and doesn't serve any agenda at all other than to express intolerance and hatred for anyone who's listening. This is killer stuff. Closing the split is Death March to Armageddon from Kryptus, and this has to be one of the thinnest and most incredible, intolerable guitar tones I've ever heard, but it works to serve the album's intolerance even further. If you ever wondered what the most torturous guitar tone would sound like, this is approaching that. This is beyond cold and chilling. This is a frozen guitar tone from the goddamned Ice Age, and that's exactly what the track sounds like. We're talking primordial riffs and a complete disregard for palatability or likability from anyone other than the freaks like myself who already know what they're getting into. Vocally, it's tortured and incomprehensible madness emitting from your speakers with no tolerance for melody or hooks or anything that a normal metalhead would consider music. There's a reason obscurity exists and why these guys want to remain unknown, especially if your goal is making nothing but complete intolerance and hatred for everything and all life. This is a sick fucking closer. The final verdict for Kryptus and Entsetzlich, the As Blood and Innards Exit Their Tombs, is going to get an 8 out of 10. I would have liked it to be a bit longer, maybe some more tracks from each band, but yeah, a very solid 8 out of 10. Definitely pick this up if you can find it. I don't imagine there's going to be too many more copies floating around. As you can see, there's only 66, but maybe some other distros have picked it up. I'm not sure how many Wolsfvuur Records got on the initial release, but that's fine. Alright guys, there you have it. Another album review in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Merchandise available on the homepage under the store tab, and then if you go to the description, all of the links are in there as well. New merch is going up. Janelle did do some new designs. She's also working on my green screen set and awesome stuff with that. She will be working on new merch to put up. Thank you for all your help, Janelle. I love you. Join the channel, become an MOD Elite. Right now till the end of September, you can join for just $2.49 per month. Then it's $4.99 thereafter. Hit the join button. You get access to exclusive content, review requests within reason, of course, band interviews. If you have a band and I like your band, I will promote your music and interview you here on the channel, and a lot more. Have an awesome night, guys. We will see you for Album Ranking Wednesdays. Cheers.